The 50-30-20 rule is broken. Try this instead for financial success. Playing softly, upbeat, and cheerful. Hi friends, welcome to the video that's about to change the way you think about budgeting forever, without melting your brain or crushing your soul. Let's be honest though, budgeting can feel about as exciting as watching grass grow, right? And the 50-30-20 rule? Sure, it sounds catchy like something out of a self-help manual, but has anyone actually made it work? Today, we're ripping it apart, don't worry, metaphorically, and giving you something that actually fits your life. I know what you're thinking. I can't wait to unsubscribe from yet another budgeting hack. But hold up, because this one comes with comedy and caffeine-level energy. So stay tuned. Hit the like button immediately, because you might forget later, and don't forget to drop in the comments. What's the weirdest thing you have ever splurged on? I'll go first. A glowing cactus lamp that now blinds me from the shelf I never dust. Let's dive in. Okay, quick recap for those who haven't Googled how to save money at 3 a.m. The 50-30-20 rule is a budgeting plan that says, hey, divide all your money into 3 easy categories. 50% for needs, stuff you absolutely can't live without, like rent, groceries, and Wi-Fi, because we all know the internet is modern oxygen. 30% for wants, the fun stuff, Netflix, trips to Starbucks, random impulse buys when you're feeling cute. 20% for savings, debt repayment, the grown-up stuff that future you will thank you for if you ever manage to have anything left over for it. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. Stick around and I'll show you why this rule might actually fall apart faster than your gym resolutions from January. Let's talk about the reality of modern life for a second. The 50-30-20 rule sounds amazing on paper, but let me cue my sarcastic air quotes and ask, in this economy? First up, the cost of living is through the roof. And I'm not talking about the type of roof you'll actually afford to own someday. Rent alone can gobble up way more than 50%, especially if you live in big cities where apartments double as glorified shoeboxes. Second, let's not forget debt. Student loans, credit cards, and other joyful reminders of financial doom. How is anyone supposed to save a full 20% when 12% of your paycheck is going straight to Sally Mae and another chunk is going to that Amazon Buy Now button you swore you wouldn't press this month? And what even counts as a need versus want these days? Is Netflix a need because it keeps you sane? Is a secondhand designer bag a need because technically your laptop fits into it? The lines have blurred, my friends, and I'm here to say it. The 50-30-20 method doesn't flex or adapt for the madness of modern expenses. Let's face it, budgeting shouldn't feel like you're stuffing yourself into a pair of pants 3 sizes too small. So if this old school method doesn't work, what should you do instead? I'm so glad you asked. The truth is, everyone's financial situation looks different. That's why we need something less rigid and more realistic, introducing what I lovingly call the U rule. It's not just another formula, it's the freedom to budget your way. Unlike the old school rules that don't leave wiggle room, the U rule is about fitting your finances around your actual life. Whether you're paying off debt, planning for big dreams, or just trying not to cry at checkout when eggs cost more than your last coffee. Here's the philosophy. Say goodbye to cookie-cutter methods and hello to personal flexibility, because what works for Karen in finance might not work for you, and that's totally fine. All right, no escaping this one. Needs really are where your money must go first, not wants disguised as needs. Be honest with yourself. Do you truly need triple chocolate lattes every day? No judgment if the answer is yes, but let's focus on what really matters. Mortgage. Groceries, actual groceries, not $9 gourmet marshmallows. Yeah, I saw you. Utilities like electricity, internet, and water, so you can survive both physically and mentally. Essential transportation. No, not that Uber to your best friend's place because you're too lazy to walk the subway stairs. Stick to the basics here. Everything else is negotiable, my friend. Ask yourself this question. What's top priority in your life right now? Is it paying off credit card debt that refuses to go away? Stashing up for a new apartment? Or maybe building an emergency fund because let's face it, life loves curveballs. Your goals will guide how you slice that financial pie. Here's the cheat code. The clearer your goals, the easier it becomes to stop impulse buying glow-in-the-dark kites because they were on sale. Now here comes the part that makes life worth living: treating yourself. Budgets aren't about misery, so make sure you include room for guilt-free enjoyment. Whether it's streaming services, eating out, or saving up for a mini getaway, allocate what you can afford to have fun. But here's the trick: limit it. Spending to feel good doesn't mean drowning in buyer's remorse or second month in a row ramen noodles. Example, maybe you can't afford a pricey concert ticket this month, but a $15 movie and popcorn night? Totally doable. The goal is balance, not deprivation. Let's summon some more grown-up vibes for this step. Savings matter. Start small if you need to. It's not the size of the savings that counts, it's the consistency. The easiest way? Automate it. Set up a system where a portion of your paycheck disappears into your savings before you even see it. Out of sight, out of can I spend it temptation. Here's where the magic and some hilarity happens. These hacks will save you cash and make life a whole lot easier. Track your spending. Apps like Mint, YNAB, or even just a nerdy spreadsheet can help you spot where the black hole of your budget is. Looking at you, impulsive online shoppers. The 80-20 flex rule. If breaking everything down stresses you out, simplify. Let 80% cover essentials like living and bills, and split the last 20% between wants and savings, however works for you. The monthly financial review. Once a month, grab your beverage of choice. Tequila counts, no judgment, and go through your money habits. Celebrate progress. Laugh at budget blunders. Trust me, it's cathartic. Plan fun money. You don't need to cancel happiness, just plan for it. Build some small indulgences into your budget, like that celebratory sushi night when you finally survive tax season. And because we all love a good hack, the envelope trick. Upgraded. Back in the day, people used envelopes for budgeting. Now just open different savings accounts titled New Apartment, Emergency Fund, or Paris Trip and sock away money accordingly. Cancel what you don't use. Be brutally honest. Are you still watching that random streaming service you signed up for to watch one show? Cancel it. Yes, now. Reframe saving as a game. Treat savings like Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. $5 here, $20 there. It all adds up, and you'd be surprised at what you can build over time. Budget blunders are okay. Let's normalize falling off the wagon. Did you overspend this month? It happens. Don't spiral. Just adjust for next month. So there you have it. What we've learned today is simple. The 50-30-20 rule might be a thing of the past. It's time to embrace the U rule, where budgeting isn't about shoving yourself into a rigid box, but flexing strategies that fit your real-life needs and priorities. Remember, you're not budgeting to suffer. You're budgeting to create freedom. Freedom to grab that latte once in a while or save up for something epic. Whatever it is, make sure this is your journey, not someone else's. Before we wrap, here's the ultimate reminder to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment with your funniest, weirdest, or most disastrous budgeting moment. Seriously, let's laugh and learn together, because financial success is way more fun when we don't take ourselves too seriously. All right, friends, until next time, stay smart and savage with your money. You've got this. Outro music plays with a cheerful fade out. The total runtime fits approximately 15 minutes when delivered with energy, humor, and a few pauses for dramatic or comedic effect.